Hello, my name is David O'Brien. And I'm here for your success in the areas of purity. Hello, welcome back to the Purity Forum broadcast. My name is David O'Brien. I'm your host, the Bondage Breaker. I'm here to set you free, actually, with words that come from the voice of God. They come through me with the voice of God that breaks bondages. And today we're talking about feeling whole. Feeling whole. And I want to tell you, first of all, that there's a lot of peace involved when you feel whole. The peace causes you to feel whole. The peace is given to you by God Himself. It's not something you can ever attain, just as you cannot jump up and touch the moon or a star in the sky. You also cannot yourself climb a ladder and attain or obtain peace with God or from God. It's impossible. The physical being can't get it. You can make yourself peaceful feeling in a nice society or with different good environment surroundings, but you will not get the peace that's with God that passes understanding. In other words, it's greater than your thinking or greater than you can imagine, greater than anything. Unless you get it from God, it comes from Him. And thankfully, the bridge has already been laid from above and it unfolded down to the earth. And that is the bridge of peace so that we can walk directly on it, through it, to God, who is peace. God is characterized by peace. When you find God, you find peace. Peace is coming out of Him. The city where He dwells is full of peace, and peace exudes out of it. And when you have that peace, and it's in your inner being, it's in your thoughts, it fills your mind and even your speech without thinking, because you know you're inside of a place of peace because of God with you, and you're in Him. When you have that, then you experience different things than when you're in kind of a constant battle and war all around you. When you're in that peace and safety, the safety net God provides His children, then basically you recognize and feel that everything's okay. But I want to tell you, the feelings come secondarily. The peace comes first. The peace is in the spiritual realm. The feelings are in the physical and mental realms. So the peace comes first, and it bulldozes whatever is causing turmoil in the lower realms in your life. So when God gave Jesus, He was a sacrifice of peace, a sacrifice to bring two parties back together, to reconcile humans with God the Father. So there will be peace. So when He died, what He was doing was He was creating that bridge. He was actually creating a porthole, which is inside of His body, that you go into His dead body. And when you do, you also are buried with Him, and then you're raised up with Him, because 3 days after He died, He rose from the dead. And you also obtain from God. He gives it to you. You're given that same new life. That life, my friend, is the place where God dwells. It is the peace I'm talking about, or it has the peace. It's characterized by the peace I'm talking about. So peace exudes out of you in all directions. It touches and helps people. It lets people's minds feel at ease and at peace and at rest. This becomes your foundation. It's invisible. Again, you don't feel it first. You know it first. You believe it first. You hear about it and accept the truth of it first, before you feel it. And the feelings follow. They follow so that you all of a sudden feel peace, and the peace goes out of you. So there's a choice involved. I mentioned feeling whole. What is whole? Whole means no part of you is removed. Whole means every part of you is intact. Whole, for adults generally speaking, means either you haven't lost anything, or everything you lost, all the pieces scattered everywhere, have been returned to you and put back together and made anew, so that you yourself have been made anew. And that, my friend, is mind-blowing to God. You say, how could it blow God's mind? Because he loves it. He looks at you before and after. He sees the work he's done in your life, and he's happy. He smiles, just as when he created the earth, he said it's very good. But this is even higher, a better thing, because he takes the brain waves. He takes the scattering of your thoughts all over the place through mistakes done to you or mistakes done yourself. But he's not judging those things. He's healing and restoring and giving wholeness to those things. Again, it's whether you feel it or not. And he calls those pieces back, and they come back as like magnetized back in place, settle back into you, and you're whole, but you're whole in a different way now. Because you still had the experiences, there's some memories there, but you're not focused on those. But you got to understand, you're whole because he made you whole in an upgraded fashion. And that wholeness you can take with you throughout the rest of your life. That's what God himself gives you. First, he brings you into himself, into Christ, where you have peace. And within that place, you're not fighting, you're resting. You're not striving. He's working on you. He's working in your life day and night. You're not trying to attain anything. You already have it. And you're resting and receiving his cleansing of his word, the knowledge of him, so your relationship with him is growing, the knowledge of what you can do and all the things that are given to you and available to you now, so that your mind is just expanding. You're amazed. You're in wonderment. Your foundation there is the reconciliation he gave you, which has that peace element. Always. It means if you're at a bank and there's a bank robbery, you still have peace. It means if you're at all times, you're in the bathroom, you have peace. You're, busy, doesn't matter. And it's impenetrable, meaning humans or the enemy, as far as the spiritual realm, try to cause problems or hurt your peace or mess with you, and you are still standing and you're still in that place that is characterized by peace, because you're in Christ, you're in the life. The peace is there, the light's on, and it's shining. So you're invincible. Stay there. What I mean by stay there is you're there. You're always there. But we can, because we know we're there, we can enjoy the benefits of that always. It was given by grace, meaning it's free. It was given generously to you, and it is full of everything you need. So then within that, there's a roadmap, and that comes through the truth that God gives you from different people. Like today, you're listening to me, and the roadmap takes you to where he wants you to go, which is a wonderful place. And through that, as you go, he keeps speaking to you and inputting things into you, and truth comes into you. Life, power, all this glorious stuff is coming into you, out of your spirit. It's amazing what's going on. And listen to me. Your thoughts, the recollection of ideas that you've made up throughout your life are assembling into strength that you haven't even known before, so that you do come out whole, you do come out different, you do come out, and then you begin to feel whole, but you didn't even try to make it happen. You just enjoyed the process from what God has given you and gives you every day and all the time, and everything shows your new wholeness.